All right, got a quick agenda. If y'all want to turn your videos on, you can. It's totally not required. Isabel's here. What is up, Isabel? Lainey Harris popping on the video. There's no bonus points for video or microphone usage. Alexis is here. There's three more people in the waiting room. How many people did y'all invite to this thing, Carson? This thing won't stop.
Everybody.
It's wild. We're
All
gonna have
all 400 of my closest friends.
in there. All your friends work in sports. It's
Yep.
great. Okay, cool. I'm gonna try and get it going. Appreciate everybody being here today, and taking time out. Alexis, or it's another Alexis is in. But I put a quick agenda here with the Dash team, just quick introduction of Dash. I know a lot of people are here for the tech updates. I'm going to touch on some of the Dash competitions, some upcoming sales activations and opportunities, touch on some basic e-commerce on Dash, and then we can open up to Q&A too. There is a chat. Carson or Nicole, if y'all don't mind monitoring that. I mean, I've got the admin and the click through the presentation, but handling the chat too might be a little overwhelming for
Nicole
little
Nicole is
old
all
me.
over it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, thanks again, everyone, for coming. This is recorded. We will shorten it down and then get it to everybody via email. If you got to bolt a little earlier, you totally can. Out the gate, we just want to have a little fun. Got $100 gift card available for everyone on here today. Trying to mute I'm trying to mute someone now. But if you guys want to scan this gift card or a QR code, it's going to opt you in winning a gift card to Starbucks.
Guys, there's a gift card giveaway on this call.
Say what now?
Starbucks. I am. Oh, sick.
Someone's gonna have to mute these folks on the end. Here, boom, boom, boom. Okay, cool. Getting that knocked out. Winslow, welcome. Okay, last 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's do some introductions. So I know there are some fresh faces that are tuned in today. Just want to introduce you not only to myself, but also Jake, Carson, and Nicole. Jake, you want to go first? Is that cool?
Sure. Yeah. Apologize, guys. I'm on the road today, so I'm driving through a little bit of rain here. But I'll keep it brief. I've met most of you on the call already. I'm the VP of Operations here at Dash. Worked the majority of my professional career in minor league hockey. Started in Orlando, helped start the team in Jacksonville. At Dash, I kind of oversee all the back end stuff, accounting, development. Work closely with Carson and Jonathan on the MVP stuff. So feel free to reach out if you have anything. Pass it over to Carson.
Cool. Let's do it.
What's up, crew? I'm
What's
pretty
up?
sure I've worked with just about everybody on this call. I think I've been blowing up your inboxes about this town hall for the last like 2 weeks. So thanks for coming out. Thanks for joining us. If anything lingers or if you have any questions or need any help setting up an activation with these new updates, just you know how to find me. Reach out, let me know, and I'll do what I can to help. So do I get to do the pleasure of introducing Nicole?
Pass it on
To
to our
Nicole.
newest team member, Nicole. She just graduated college. Let's not steal all her thunder. I know she's got a big speech prepared today. She's been rehearsing for the last week and a half. Nicole, it's all yours.
Hello, everybody. I am Nicole. I'm the new marketing communications manager, and I actually started as an intern in January. So I just transitioned to the full-time role this August, and I'm super excited to be here full-time, be on board. And I first interned with the Florida Everblades, so I see you guys in there. And this is how I kind of made that connection through Dash, because my first day of interning, I used the Dash website for an auction. So yeah, really excited to be here and get going.
Tell us a little bit about what you do here at Dash, if that's cool. I mean, I
Yeah,
know,
so-
maybe other people don't.
Yeah, so handling the social media platforms, email marketing campaigns, push notifications, text messaging, and kind of the marketing analytics behind the scenes too.
Beautiful. Cool. Right on. And my name's Jonathan. I started Dash back in 2016. It started with auctions, and now it's just kind of grown into this really cool fan activation platform that really we're only limited to our own creativity. I know there are some new faces and folks that have been around for a while, but just real quick, we work with over 350 partner teams all across North America, from hockey to NCAA to women's sports, all sorts of front offices, big, medium, small. Over the course of the last 8 years, it's grown beyond just auctions, right? Teams were asking, hey, build us an instant purchase functionality. We want to be able to sell tickets, merchandise, game experiences, chuck a puck. So we check that box for teams. Some teams are sticking their hand in a fishbowl, pulling out a red raffle ticket, and they said, hey, can you digitize this as well? And we said, absolutely, which has been great for selling individual items, from jerseys to premium seating inventory to experiences. But it's also great for capturing names, numbers, and email addresses as well. While I started my career at FC Dallas, Enter to Wins was a big data capture tool for me, but I met a lot of John Does. So as teams are sending their fans to activations on Dash, we included an Enter to Win capability. So, if they weren't purchasing something, maybe we could get their email, their name from an Enter to Win while we're spending all that time pushing them to the Dash activations. But a lot of teams, it's easy digital revenues across the board. It's awesome fan engagement. I mean, we've got some teams on here today who are running 52 activations a year, and they're taking that data and using it for marketing purposes, leads, merchandise, all sorts of things to keep fans engaged. For those of you who don't know, we take a lot off your plate too. We have complimentary graphic design. That's something that can be run through Carson, or you can email team@winwooddash.com with a picture of your jersey and a roster, or if you're running a mystery ticket sale or a back to school sale, let us know, and we can doctor all that up for you, all size for social as well as your Dash activations. Dash transacts all the credit cards. We send checks every 2 weeks. Inside your admin portal under accounting, you can see all of your transactions. We make all these reports available, purchasing, Enter to Wins, all sorts of things. And then we're constantly sharing ideas like we're doing today on the town hall, best practices, new functions, all the top ideas to kind of make your own in your own market. One of our programs that's been incredibly successful, and we've been spending a lot of time on it this summer with quite a few teams, and thank you for everyone who has been engaged with us through the last couple of months, especially our hockey programs with the MVP program. Really, it's an opportunity for teams to get more inventory to the table, as well as create additional activations. The MVP program, it's no cost to teams. So if your team, has a budget to work with, or maybe you're not as staffed up as you want to be, but these are initiatives that are going to drive revenue, and you need a little help. Well, Dash sits shotgun in helping teams identify key activations, promotions, bringing inventory to the table, dealing with the vendors, making sure it shows up on your doorstep 2 weeks before the games, and then providing all the digital artwork as well. I know a lot of teams are running jersey auctions, and smaller items like pucks and mini sticks, locker plates, pint glasses are a great supplemental item for folks who may not want to spend or have the opportunity to spend $500 on a jersey. Kind of these lower cost items are a great entry point for a lot of casual fans, in addition to leads for your ticket sales team. We have some teams who are running 5 or 6 of these every season. They're using it to sell sponsorships. We have teams who are leveraging it to close large group sales, and teams who are just looking to drive more revenue and activation and create more fun theme nights. Did I miss anything on that, Carson? I know you and I have been in the weeds on this with a lot of teams. Other questions anybody has about that MVP program? Just kind of a reminder and what we're up to these days.
I think the only thing I would note is I know this slide's pretty hockey heavy and we've got a lot of basketball and baseball teams on this call. So we can obviously transition to your sport as well and do some really cool things for you guys too. So just let us know if it's something you'd be interested in.
Cool. How are you looking on the chat? Anything in the chat? No questions?
Only that Nicole is the best and wish we know
Oh.
that. So
And Carson.
Oh, you wrote that.
a lot of love happening in the chat if anybody wants to join. So
Nicole does it all. Yes, she does. Okay. Cool. Lots of love for Nicole this sesh. She's the noob. We got to make her feel welcome. Okay, so here's a chance to hack your life. I don't know if Nicole shared this part, but she also creates this like Dash Bible catalog. There's different ways to sell tickets, merchandise, experiences. A lot of teams have a lot of inventory and they're like, what should we brand this activation this month? Nicole constantly feeds ideas, best practices, success stories. If there's anything y'all want to see on this Dash catalog, Dash Bible, let us know. Slide it in the chat and we can talk more about it. But really that's there just to make life easy for you, generating revenue and activating fans. So, okay, here we go. Everybody is really here for Nicole and the product updates for shipping and fulfillment. So I'm going to touch on that. Maybe some of y'all have already utilized it. It's actually been live in the admin portal since last Wednesday. Is there anyone who has used it before yet? Just maybe just say yes in the chat. I'm just curious to see who's poking around on there. Sam, cool, right on. I know there's a few more y'all are being shy. Aaron, Ryan, cool. See, I knew there were more y'all. Right on. Okay, so cool. And then we've got another tool that's getting rolled out mid-September. It's our custom buy now tool, and I'll explain a little bit more about that here in just a second. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen here, so bear with me while I close a couple boxes here. Before I get there, I just want to say thank you to these teams here: Norfolk, Huntsville, Wilkes-Barre, Indy. Got to let Caroline's now in Florida, Jeff, Casey, and Adirondack, and the squad out in Rochester. These teams, so I think a lot of people know, and if you don't, I mean, we only build software for sports teams and your front offices to help you generate revenue, make your life easier, make your fans' lives easier. And before we built out the shipping and fulfillment tool, we had it requested a lot, but we spoke with these teams, spent 30 to 45 minutes with each of them, just understanding their process for shipping and fulfillment. And what we've built really is kind of a piggyback of what they shared with us. This is a version 1, and we are open to additional ideas to make shipping and fulfillment even better. That's something you can connect with us offline. Carson's email, my email, Jake's email, team@winwithdash.com. But any kind of feedback you have, share it with us. Because we only build software for y'all. So we want to make your life easy and make you look like rock stars. Okay, cool. So can you see the admin portal? Nicole, nod your head. Cool, I see. Right on. Okay, so this is just a demo account here. This is live on everybody's admin portal. Couple things to note. There's a new tab here called Fulfillment Options. These are like your default fulfillment options. You've got your pickup, your shipping. I've got a couple that are defaulted. They're saved in here now. If you wanted to go in and edit them, you could certainly do that as well. You can add additional items. So pickup number 1 is, I don't know, pick up at the store, put your instructions, your open hours, the whole 9 yards. I kind of already did that ahead of time. So here's what that would look like. All of this generates on the fan facing side as well. So you don't have to give them all the pickup options. If you wanted to give them one or two, or if it's only shipping only, you could certainly do that as well. So I got a little bit of a head start and created the shell of this activation here. So I'm going to create an auction item just real quick. So let's just call this jersey number 1. You've got your quick description. Let's say your jersey starting bid is 150. Bid increments are 50. We're going to enable a buy now. You know, that's $1,500, and this option goes away with 3 hours to go. We're going to hit save. So we want to add buyer pickup options. Maybe we just want to do store pickup for pickup, winning bidders. So that's saved. It's located here. If you need to add another one, you certainly can, and you can customize them in the moment as well. Ship to buyer. So couple options. Let's do domestic. It's $10. And you know what? We're going to put an international shipping on this too. That's $20. And I'm going to hit save. So now I've got my auction item, shipping, and pickup options. The only other item that you can add a fulfillment flow to would be a buy now item. So let's say it's, a mystery signed puck. You've got your, quick description on the item. Your puck costs $20. There's 100 available. You can buy 10. And then we select our shipping and pickup. Maybe you just want to do a pickup and you're like, jersey off the back, store. You know what? Let's say venue fulfillment. Pick up at the top of section 101 tonight. And we'll have save. And that's the only option we'll do on these mystery pucks. So we're out there, we're selling. Let's go see what it looks like on the fan facing side. So here I am, Jonathan Huffnagel, scrolling through my items. I see auction item. Okay, cool. There's pickup and shipping available on this item. So I'm going to say, okay, I'll place my bid. $150. Let me confirm that and continue. Bid complete. Confirm your fulfillment option or it will default to pickup. So if a fan doesn't pick their fulfillment option, it's going to be pickup. You can go back, solicit them for shipping if they needed it later. So I'm going to say, you know what? I need domestic shipping. So here is my mailing address. If I need to change my mailing address, I can, and that will save on my profile as well. So I've confirmed my bid. I'm the top bidder. But you know what? I want to do international shipping, and I'm going to send it to whoever your favorite international shipping person is. You can put the information in, hit save, and now that will be the shipping address. So let's see, chuck a puck here. $20. It's pickup only. Cool. So I'm going to buy that. And I'm going to need Jake to give me a refund, hopefully. But here's my pickup instructions. Pick up at the top of section 101 tonight. Confirm. We've completed your purchase. It's now in your confirmation email. So these fulfillment instructions are now in the receipt that a fan received as well. So if I'm back to my admin portal and I'm running through my activation on game night, or it's my 12 days of Christmas and it's Tuesday morning and I log in for the first time, I've got my reports here that I can download, see who's purchased, but I can also go to my winners tab, see paid ready for pickup. Well, here's Jonathan's mystery purchase on the mystery item. Here's all our folks for paid ready for shipping as well. You can still fulfill like you traditionally would, but this paid ready for pickup and shipping are brand new to this winners tab. In addition, what I think is going to save a ton of people time is this ability to download a list. And you can select which list you want to download to. So if I just wanted to do my ready for shipping, I can select my activations. and it will be in an Excel spreadsheet for me. So no more fumbling around with papers or trying to figure out like, did this person buy shipping or did they not, or what's going on with these folks? It's all going to be listed in your winners tab, and you'll be able to download that in an Excel or CSV file as well. There is, what am I doing here? I'm going back to the virtual town hall. There's a QR code on here. And this will take you to a how-to video of Carson walking you through this. It's not only on this presentation here, but that video is also in your admin portal under how-to videos.
Jonathan, Tony from the Lexington Blowfish had a question in the chat. If you can just cover kind of the accounting portion of it and when it ends, like it'll just be one payment for the fan, right? But he's all kind of asking, is the shipping subject to the standard dash fee?
Yes, every transaction is getting feed. Cool. Will it also be taxed? Yes. If your team is collecting tax, it will be taxed. The full cost of shipping received from buyer. No, not the full shipping selected. So you'll want to factor that in, right? Dash is still going to do 92% on the whole transaction. We will send you the tax though, the full tax.
Yeah, Tony, I think what some teams will do is, you know, if shipping costs $20, just set it at 22 or 23, just to kind of account for that. So you do have everything covered when you do go to USPS.
Yeah, and if somebody, let's say there's a bazillion scenarios, right? And there's a workaround. If you get into a situation, you're like, how does this work? And can you implement this on giveaways? No. But you can solicit a purchase for shipping. So let's say they selected pickup, or maybe they didn't select their fulfillment option, and then they're like, hey, I need shipping. Just go in, create a buy it now, and facilitate the transaction that way. Allison says her fans don't like to pick up because they are in Atlanta. Cool. Okie dokie. Well, I'm gonna keep on moving on then. We'll have a Q&A at the end too, and you can obviously get a hold of Carson and I as well. So custom buy now tool. This is rolling out. September 15th is the target date. We'll probably have it a little sooner, but it'll be ready to go for everyone mid-September. This is this custom buy now. We're kind of struggling with like what to call this purchase point, because there's so many different ways a team could utilize it. Originally, this custom buy now came from Wilkes-Barre, the Penguins, and they said, hey, we're trying to sell more birthday packages. So if you could have like a $20 birthday shout out on the Jumbotron and a fan could type in happy birthday, Jake Ninko, they would love that. So we're building that. And as we've been talking to other teams about this, a lot of other ideas have been coming to the table of how teams can utilize this tool. On the right side here, you can kind of see what it looks like, right? Like you can set your price, you can write an item description of what people are purchasing, as well as a field here that an individual can write in happy birthday. Or let's say you're a merch director and you're trying to sell custom jerseys. Hey fans, size, name on the back, and number. $300 purchase. Or teams who are selling golf registrations. It's a foursome. It comes with a t-shirt. Hey, what are their names? What are their t-shirt size? $600 purchase. Some other fun things you could do: Christmas cards, Valentine's Day cards, everybody's favorite player signs a Valentine's Day card to Nicole. So just ideas. I'm sure some of y'all right now are like, we could probably use this for XYZ event. But we're excited to see how this one takes off because I think there's a lot of creativity around it. I think we're just scratching the surface of what this could mean for teams to transact real quick. You know, we need to know this information, but you also need to pay us X amount of dollars for it as well. It'll be instantly available for you. It'll just be another report, like a bidders report, enter to win, buy now report. Okay. So let me check the questions real quick. I think I've got our giveaway to be determined here in like 1 minute. Oh, that's Carson's note. Yeah, shipping and fulfillment is just on auctions and buy nows right now. So without maybe further ado, let's see if this giveaway has wrapped up. Looks like it has. Does anyone know if they've won? If you've won, you've got an email. 29 entered.
I won.
Who's that?
Julia from the Ice Flyers.
Julia, no way. You were one of the last people to RSVP too. You're like a 1257. Right on. That's cool. Well, who are you taking out to Starbucks? What are you getting? What's the go-to Starbucks?
Pumpkin spice dropped today, so
Nice. So you're doing pumpkin spice for the office, or like should we just keep this on the DL?
no, I'll share.
That'll get some brownie points or some pumpkin points for sure. Well, thanks everyone for participating in that. We're gonna try and do more of these things too, especially on the virtual town halls and just have more fun. So Julia, congratulations on your Starbucks. Do you got any?
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Send us some of those like little cake pop things. That'd be cool. We'd be down. Some of my faves. Cool. We will put you in the Enter to Win Hall of Fame for town halls. You're the first ever winner. Okay. Dash front office competitions. Do you want me to keep going on this, Carson, or do you want to? We'll get you in on the next slide. How about that? And I'll talk about the competitions. So about a year ago, we introduced Dash competitions. It's just for Dash teams and their front offices to win cool stuff. Lunch, happy hour. There's been what's the thing that Andrew did the other day? Hibachi. $250 social media ad spins as well. But this month in October, it is mystery tickets. Whatever team can sell the most mystery tickets wins $250 towards their ad spend to whatever they want to use it on. Hopefully Dash activations would be cool. But we're also going to extend the mystery ticket competition too. And we're going to do another $250 ad spend. So any team who sells the most mystery tickets in August and September are going to get some social media ad spends behind them. I don't know if everybody's familiar with the mystery tickets. It is on the rinse and repeat activations. So I'll just touch on that real quick. Like I said, we've got teams who are running different activations 52 weeks out of the year. That Dash Bible catalog is a great place to go just to get a bunch of ideas. Planning ahead of time is obviously key. I mean, we've all heard the like fail to plan, you plan to fail, or however that goes. But we have a lot of teams who are just absolutely dedicated to 52 weeks out of the year. And one of the activations they're running with is free tickets. We have a home opener coming up. It's a great opportunity to surprise and delight fans with mystery tickets. But essentially, the way to set this up, and it came from a merch idea, you know, I think we've all seen merch mystery items where there's 100 items. They're $25 a piece, but your merch person will say, hey, there's 5 signed items in this merch mystery sale. And they would sell like hotcakes. And with my kind of background in ticket sales, I'm like, why are we not doing this for tickets? premium seating, all you can eat, but maybe 85% of those tickets are either GA or you sprinkle them in closer to game day. But mystery tickets are doing great. We have teams like Orlando. I mean, they did like $55,000 worth of mystery tickets last year. It's a sponsorable activation. You could run one mystery ticket sale as a buy now item on Dash every month. You could celebrate those individuals who get those great seats on social media. But in addition, let's say that your team makes it to playoffs and it's tough to get group sales together at that time. You can easily drop mystery tickets to generate another $5,000, $8,000, $10,000 and 300 tickets. So another easy rinse and repeat activation that just drives revenue for tickets. I don't know if we want to Carson call people out and they can maybe talk a little bit about this. I think I saw some Orlando people on. If y'all want to chat, just, and share what y'all are doing, you can, I guess, raise your hand.
Allison has a question in the chat. How are the mystery tickets usually fulfilled? Pick up at will call. I'm assuming there is an integration with a ticketing platform. So no, Allison, we don't currently have an integration with any ticketing platforms. Usually what teams will do is just download that list as soon as it closes and either email those tickets out to the fans like 24, 48 hours prior to the game, or they drop them all in a will call envelope and say pick up at will call. So whatever you have access to. Yeah, I know there's quite a few teams on here that have ran mystery tickets. I don't know. Winslow's a good one to call out always. We love picking on Winslow. Savannah, I believe, is on here with Ryan. Do any of you guys want to chat about your mystery tickets?
Ryan Nugent is on here. They crushed
In Colorado,
$1,000 worth of mystery tickets in June. I think it's kind of a good thing that it's not integrated in a ticketing platform, because what a lot of teams will do is they'll wait to fulfill those tickets until closer to game day. So set those expectations early on your Dash, item, which all that stuff will print in the receipt. Hey, we will text message you or send you an email with your tickets the day before the game. What that allows you to do is, let's say it's a TV broadcast, or there's a couple areas in the arena that you want to have people sitting in. You can create, let's say it's Ticketmaster. Mystery tickets, October 18th, you create that account and you just start pulling tickets into the account, and then you start distributing it out to the people who have purchased based on that report that Carson was just referring to as well. There are some sales tactics to this. When you set this up on Dash, just set 100 maximum tickets. You can always go back and add more tickets if they start getting low, which is what all of our successful teams do. Whereas the difference is if you put 5,000 tickets available, there's really not a lot of urgency for fans to make that purchase quickly. But if they see it's going down and there's only 48 hours to purchase these tickets, it's going to drive them to purchase quicker. So just note, start with a kind of a lower quantity, but you can always add more purchases as that time goes on. Carson, you want to handle a few more of these?
Sure. Yeah, I think the majority of our teams and sports are kind of in the off season. I know baseball's wrapping up, IFL just wrapped up. I think our soccer clubs are really the only ones still playing in the CFL, right? The Canadian Football League. I think they're mid-season as well. But as far as basketball, hockey, lacrosse, rugby, all of us are kind of in the off season. So as we're looking ahead at the season, there's some really good things that we can start implementing. One of them being a countdown to the home opener, right? I think Hartford's doing a really good job with this, is they're identifying how many days they are away from the home opener, finding the player with that jersey number and doing auctions or buy nows with that player number. I think that's really clever. Throwback Thursdays are good right now. Mystery tickets are obviously awesome. But I think the goal and what we're kind of getting at here with the rinse and repeat activations is, if you're in the off season, you're selling sponsorships, and there's obviously only so much sponsorship inventory that you guys have in arena with signage and dasher boards and video boards and that sort of thing. So don't hesitate to use Dash as digital sponsorship inventory. So if there's anything that you're running more than once, that's sponsorship content, right? So like Throwback Thursday presented by Chick-fil-A, Countdown to Opening Night presented by Taco Bell, whatever. Sponsors kind of coming out of COVID, right? Like sponsors wanted that digital inventory, the impressions, the click-throughs, the links. Dash is a great way to do that. So if you're looking at any of these things, I know some of them again are kind of hockey related with the first goal puck or the chuck a puck, but chuck a puck can honestly be ran in any sport. I don't know that a lot of other sports are doing it. I know some baseball teams kind of started branching out a little bit and they were doing like launch a ball, which is like the baseball equivalent of chuck a puck. Some of our volleyball teams, the Grand Rapids Rise, are looking at doing a variation of chuck a puck as well. And basically the idea is fans come into the arena, they buy a foam puck for hockey, maybe it's like a hacky sack for like basketball or volleyball. They have a raffle ticket or a number on this item and they throw them at targets on the playing surface. The closest to the target gets sponsor prizes or monetary prizes or tickets or whatever. Really good to connect to nonprofits. And all of this, again, can be ran on Dash. Anybody that is purchasing these little $5 items, these chuck-a-pucks, these hacky sacks, these tennis balls for baseball, the launch-a-ball, whatever it is, you can collect data from every single one of those fans. And again, it's sponsorship content. So it's launch-a-ball presented by, I don't know, I need to say something other than Chick-fil-A, but I can't get off of Chick-fil-A. Apparently I just want Chick-fil-A. First goal puck, again, obviously hockey, first goal puck presented by blank sponsor. This can be for anything. Basketball, first 3-pointer of the game, get that ball signed, put it up for auction. Soccer, first goal of the game. Baseball, first home run of the game, or first broken bat of the game, or first stolen base of the game, whatever it is. I think you can get really creative with some of these things and run them every single game, get consistent with your fans, get consistent with your sponsors, and just kind of start making money on both ends there.
Yeah, I think it's important to note too that consistency is going to build your database on Dash. And I think everyone here knows, you go live with an activation, we send out a push and SMS notification. So the more people who make a purchase, the bigger that database gets. In addition to piggyback the sponsorship, yeah, you got to have, consistency is key. You can create all types of inventory. But a lot of these sponsors are looking for deliverables too, whether that's data or sending people to their store or their restaurant. And you can do all that with Dash. You've got, your recap reports that once your activation concludes, it tells you how many people viewed your activation. Anyone who makes a purchase, it's their name, number, email. So if part of the sponsorship agreement is, hey, we're going to sponsor this Memorabilia Monday, and then everyone who participates in whatever you're selling, or it's going to be an enter to win, they all get an email that says, hey, this Memorabilia Monday sponsored by Culver's. We hope you won, but if you didn't, here's a coupon to come into our store in the next week and a half, and you can facilitate all of that and drive value for them as well. So I hope that kind of helps. I did want to mention too, some of our top teams who are staying super consistent and selling a lot of items on Dash, they have a super consistent routine with their players, their front office, the equipment staff to get items signed, whether it's that first goal puck, broken equipment, maybe you're enrolled in the MVP program and you've got locker plates and mini sticks coming your way. Just setting that one time, Monday morning, 10 to 11, right after practice, everything's laid out, the Sharpies are there. Players just know this is what we do on Monday, or maybe it's your Tuesday. Pick a routine time to get all that signed so you're not kind of shooting off at the hips and it's a much more organized process.
It's about to be camp counselor.
Yep. Ryan says for mystery tickets, we will put winners lists usually fulfill at least 1 week prior to the event. So that's Colorado, and they crush the mystery tickets. Sam in Florida said for their mystery tickets, they pull the list and they email the tickets to the fans. There are some teams who they will leave those in will call as well, Allison. It's really up to you. Whatever is easiest. Appreciate you guys contributing that, Ryan, Sam, Allison. Thank you. Upcoming selling opportunities. Carson, you want to hit this one? You're the one that's always sharing the best practices, and you're far better at it than I am.
I don't know. I am just kind of the middleman of all of your guys' creative ideas. I see what somebody's doing on the West Coast, I send it to the East Coast. I see what Melissa's doing on the East Coast, and I send it to the West Coast. So also just kind of looking at some of these silly holidays that are coming up, right? And like they are silly, maybe. But I still think they can pack a punch on revenue. I think a lot of teams kind of get in the habit of just running jersey auction after jersey after jersey auction after jersey auction. It becomes a little redundant. It doesn't become really exciting for fans, but where teams are having a lot of success, it's just changing the narrative. It can still be a jersey auction, but call it a Labor Day sale. Coming up in September, there is actually the September full moon. I don't know if you guys know this, but it's actually a harvest moon. It comes around once a year. And so like I think some full moon flash sales can be kind of fun. The first day of fall is coming up on September 22nd. And I know Hartford did a really good job with the summer solstice or the summer kickoff with some summer sales or some sweat packs and stuff like that. So bonfire bundles or I don't know, whatever kind of alliterations we can come up with, I think could be fun too. I know Jonathan's listed some here. Labor Day, mystery tickets, mystery bundles, merchandise sales. I think every other industry does it. Car sales and furniture sales and couches. Like we watch TV and we hear these like Labor Day sales all the time. So like why
Prime.
can't huh?
Prime, yeah, Prime did their own. They made their own day. You could
Yeah.
make your own Florida Everblades day.
Literally. Why
Whatever
not?
your team is, you just pick whatever.
So I think we all know that we have that inventory laying around that's just like taking up space behind our desk or hiding in closets, but like fans don't need to know that. And what can we say? What can we kind of like hide behind, I guess, as a title, you know, to put some discounts or sales on these things. And I think Labor Day is a good one coming up. Player signings is also awesome. As I said, a lot of our teams are in the off season right now, so look ahead. If there are any players that you know are coming back, get up auctions for those individual players. The welcome back posts on social media for any team in any sport are the most engaging all summer long. So like he's back or she's back, welcome back to this player with a link to a signed item on Dash, I think would do really well for everybody.
All right, we got a
Dash
dash
day.
day getting tossed out. That is
Dash
kind of
day.
fun. Maybe we could do that. If our accounting team allows us, we just waive our fee on that one day and just go hard. Everyone.
Dash
That might
day.
be fun. It might be fun. We'll figure out what day we actually started our business and make that day the day. Does anybody have any other cool upcoming selling opportunities? There's only 2 slides left. But if anyone's got any cool stuff they want to toss out for the group, Carson will be sure to take that to the West Coast and East Coast and into Canada.
Where's Tony at? Is Tony in Iowa on here? Aaron, are
I
you
think I
on
saw
here?
Tony. Yeah, we got a couple Tonys in here actually. So if Tony and Iowa doesn't work out, we'll just go to the next Tony.
I know Tony and Aaron requested some fun graphics the other day.
We did. I gotta let Tony is like he's brand new with us and he is killing it. So I will let him speak. Tony Coyle, if you are available, to talk on what he's doing because he's got some really great stuff. He's doing a little. I think I heard the term dumpster diving before to find some great stuff to sell and getting rid of some inventory that we've just have not been able to get rid of.
You're gonna get Jeff Casey excited. Jeff Casey is he walks down, grabs broken equipment, tapes it up, and he calls it dumpster diving, and then his fans buy $800, signed broken stick. Tony, what you got going?
A broken sign goalie stick for $800.
Isn't that wild? Tony's a little gun shy.
Oh yeah. So what I have currently going on is back to school bragging rights, which we just launched. It'll be going live tomorrow, actually. So a few things that we're going to be doing is a couple of mystery tickets inside of that. With also, we're just going to have potentially, if the person buys it, we have an artwork deal going on too. So if like they have their kid come in, and then they can also have them bring in their artwork that we're going to bring in and set into the locker room. They know that they can have it signed, have all the players see it. Included in a bundle is like a t-shirt, really cheap t-shirt, and then like a few items that we just have laying around from various signed pucks and things like that we'll all throw in as a bundle. So we'll see how that goes, launch it, and then go from there. So something fun, something different. So start off the season a little cool thing to do.
Yeah, I agree. I like the ideas that have more than just one item. They have an experience included in them as well. I think a lot of items that do well on Dash are those ones that are like you're trying to clear out items. You got leftover experience inventory that doesn't cost anything, that just needs to be moved. And it's funny, if you list it and you price it to move, it'll sell.
Yeah, Jeff, I know Jeff just piped up, so I know that he's here and he can't hide from me. Jeff, do you want to share your license plate idea that you guys came up with and what you're doing there? I think everybody might like that.
Yeah, so we found out that in New York State you can actually put your team logo on a license plate. So we're actually looking into putting our gunner's head on a New York State license plate. It's like a $6,000 bond with the state. And then what we can do is we have to sell 200 in 2 years and we get our bond back. So we're going to try and do a little sneaky advertising through the New York State DMV with some license plates.
Sweet.
It's brilliant. It's like 1 million billboards, not 1 million. It's 200 billboards driving around your state with your logo on it. Just like easy marketing. Pretty cool.
Yep. Agreed. Okay, so I got my last slide here, and we can definitely go into Q&A. But just some Dash basics, right? Things that we've seen be slam dunks. And some teams use it, some teams don't. And the teams who do start adopting it, they start doing really well too. Number one, secondary offers. I put a graph in here just to kind of help everyone see the very much rinse and repeat fan engagement levels of like a basic jersey auction. And really it goes for any auction. But this was the Rochester Nighthawks military jerseys. This top graph, let me see if I can zoom in for y'all. As you can see, day one, maybe you can't see, hold on. There we go. Day one, super popular. Final day of the auction, boost in activation and fans engaged. This graph at the bottom, actually the last day of their auction. These are all unique viewers broken down by the hour. And as you can see, like that last hour, that last 20 minutes is always engaged. And then it just drops completely off. So we spend all this time pushing fans, hey, go to this activation, jersey auction, or mystery ticket sale, whatever that might be, Memorabilia Monday. Auction starts, we get some activity, then it kind of goes into I wouldn't say a lull, but it gets a little slower. And then that last day, that last hour, it really pops and then it drops. But what a lot of teams will do, and they found success, is introducing a secondary offer in the moment that that first auction concludes. And while everybody's tuned in, now they're seeing, oh, jersey auction concluded, but now there's these really cool mini sticks for a military appreciation game that are available. If I won, maybe I won a little bit more. Maybe if I bid but didn't win, here's my second chance to buy an item. Or maybe I'm just following along to see what my favorite player's jersey actually sells for, but I just don't have $500 to spend on the military jersey. But now a new offer's come up, while everybody's engaged, emotional. Hopefully we're winning the game. And it's just a great time to introduce more items. If you think about Amazon, they do the same thing at the checkout process. It is a very normal, traditional, successful e-commerce tactic. And I just went way too far on the Google slide. Let me get back to the rest of these. Sorry, squad. If anybody's got questions too, if y'all want to drop them in the chat now, if there's any furthers, we can get to it. I apologize, my finger slipped on this like iPad mount. It's not an iPad, it's like a regular. You barely touch this thing and it just sends you all different directions. I apologize. Okay, let me get to the other basics, Google. Okay, another one, buy now auction items. It's a feature that's just for auctions. So a lot of teams will start their auctions at $250, increments of 50. We introduced a feature last November where a fan, if they didn't want to bid and they didn't want to mess around and they just had to have that item, you can put a price on that item for $1,500, $3,000, and that fan can just go buy it. There's no more bidding. It's theirs. They can walk home with it. The buy now auction item is working incredibly well for a lot of our teams. It drives urgency. It drives scarcity. It can drive a premium dollar for whatever item that you're wanting to sell. Jersey, suite, mini sticks are selling for $150. I mean, all sorts of things. So just remember to use that tool. Accounting reports. Those can be found in your admin portal as well. Jake uploads those every 2 weeks. Enter to wins. A lot more teams are starting to use Enter to wins these days. It's free. There's no dash fee associated with that. And it's just like we've kind of been talking earlier. If you're going to send a ton of people to your activations, not everyone's going to buy something, but you might as well introduce some kind of Enter to win. So all those other folks who maybe just be following along or they're not planning on bidding, you can get their data that way. And it just grows your dash database as well. Fans want to win. Pricing your items to sell is a great way to have a good mentality. Like get people in for a penny and you can get them out for £1. Where we see some teams mess up is like they'll do a starting bid and it's like $700. They just spend all this effort to send 1,000 people to go see that this is out of my price range out the gate. But if you can use the platform in a way that like surprises and delights fans and makes it more accessible and items are there to sell, you'll get a lot more traction and purchases. And fans will keep coming back to see what's that new deal that's available, what's that item, what's that experience. And then finally, just team@winwithdash.com is a great way to get a hold of us. If you've got graphic design requests, this is a great place to send those graphic design requests. If you have questions, Carson's also great at getting back to everyone pretty quickly too. But team@winwithdash.com is just a very handy email to keep in your back pocket. But that is it. Let me look at these questions. We saw our goal pucks sell for way more with a buy now option. Totally. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, another great one here from Jeff too is like staggering. Let's say you've got 30 jerseys. Stagger the close times with your auctions. So you can set up, for example, 4 groups of jerseys. You got your 30 military appreciation jerseys, and then you got your 4 groups of 7 to 8. What happens when you stagger the end times is that first group closes and you've got your 6 winners. Well, now there's only 18 jerseys left. 10 minutes later, group 2 closes. Well, now you've got 12 jerseys left. And what this does is build urgency. It builds scarcity. If you really want to get savvy with staggering your auctions and like your jersey auctions, put some of your better players in those first couple groups. Because then what happens is in that last group, that fourth group, there's 7 or 8 jerseys, and they may be like your third or fourth liner, for example. And now people are paying a premium on those players to get that military jersey. How should we go about scheduling push notifications for events that are ending soon? So we do all the push notifications for you. We have forever. Nicole, that's one of her primary responsibilities is every day looking to see what activations are going live, what activations may need a little extra love, and then what activations are on their final day so that we can keep fans engaged throughout the beginning, the middle, and the end of your activation. If there's anything special you want us to say, you can shoot us an email. Just keep in mind, you're only limited to so many characters. I think it's like 140 characters max. I think it's like Twitter size. Good question. What else, squad? We are on our 60 minutes. We have hit it. Well, I guess the Dash crew will hang out for a little bit. We hope everybody's excited about the shipping and fulfillment in the custom buy now. If anybody's got good names for that, would be cool. But yeah, we appreciate everybody jumping on as always. We're excited Julia's getting Starbucks for everyone in Pensacola. You're welcome. Don't drink coffee too late in the day. You might not be able to fall asleep. Be careful. Isabel, you're welcome too.